Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So we're looking at the handicap marks for those over fences. Just 3 this week that caught my eye. They're new marks, and we'll start off with Kbil, who has only been given a £1 rise to 140, and that's why he's been smashed up for this plate. Already 8 7s. You can get 10s supposedly at Unibet, but if you back him there, you'll probably be restricted because you're taking the best odds, which is something that they seem to do, which is very bizarre. But let's just have a look what he was just a few days ago. 20s, 12s, and then suddenly everyone realised that he is very well handicapped. Now, we backed him at the beginning of the season when he fell in the novice limited handicap chase. I'm pretty confident he was going to win, and bearing in mind that he was going to, in my opinion, beat Ginny's Destiny, who is one of the favourites, if not the favourite. You can see that they're not sure who's running where, so that's why they're all out of order. But one of the favourites for the Turner's Novices, not even the handicap. I genuinely believe that Kbil was going to beat Ginny's Destiny that day. I then thought he was given a ride at Cheltenham next time to get round. This was all about getting his confidence back to get round. You know, he's still lightly raced. We just want to get round, finish the race, and demonstrate that we are, there's nothing to be feared in terms of the fences, and not to give the horse a bad experience. That appeared to work wonders. Next time out, ran in the novice chase at the weekend, beat Timurus and Tron. Now, I only believe he's beaten one horse there in a way. He's beaten Timurus. He's not beaten Tron. Well, he has, but Tron wants 3 miles. That was not a run for Tron. They weren't trying there. But Timurus is a former Grade 1 winner at the Tolworth, the Sandown at Tolworth. Had won at Aintree as well, winning a decent handicap. There was plenty to like about that. Kbil only going up £1 does look like he's been let off lightly. And it's interesting that JP McManus has got Kbil here. He's got Saint Ouen, but surely that goes for the Grand Annual. But he's also got In Excelsis Dio, who fell at Sandown recently. You would think that JP could have a good, quite strong hand in the plate if he runs 2/3 of those. But off the £1 higher mark, Kbil, the only thing that would make this horse 4-1 now is if it was on the old course. If it was on the old course where he ran in November rather than the new course where he ran in December, he'd be 4-1 for this. So it may still be that the course isn't an issue. The new and the old course, and I don't think he was given the strongest or hardest of rides next time in the novice chase, when I think they were just trying to make sure he got round safely before running back into a handicap. The second horse I want to talk about, I've just actually mentioned because he finished third behind Kbil and Timurus, is Tron, who just wants 3 miles and just wants a handicap. I don't know what they're doing with Tron. Honestly, in my opinion, this horse, I'm going to just change the race here, is better handicapped. Tron is better handicapped than Chianti Classico is for Kbil. But reports of, on one of my videos, somebody replied saying that Kbil has suggested that Chianti Classico runs here and Tron doesn't go to Cheltenham, I believe. That would be a terrible mistake. If you don't run him against each other, fine, but run Tron and the Kim Muir then. I think he would go very close in the Kim Muir. Wherever he goes in a handicap, Tron is going to go very, very close when he goes up to 3 mile. I mean, they kind of did that over hurdles. They eventually got there. You can see nearly 3 mile, 2 mile 5, nearly 3 mile. And then since they've been over fences, they dropped him back in trip. They do have him in the, the Brown Advisory, but he's not going to run in that. Actually, they don't have him in the Brown Advisory anymore. They only have him in the Ultima. It would really suit. And I think he would go very, very close. Kbil, run them both. Run Chianti Classico and Tron. Run them both, and I think you would have 2 great chances in the Ultima. And the final horse I want to talk about is Revels Hill, who made his return from 294 days off the track in the big handicap at Ascot, and you could kind of suggest he disappointed because he pulled up. He only went off 5-1, but he pulled up. He made a couple of really, really bad mistakes, and you can completely ignore that run. With that in mind, the fact that the handicapper then dropped him £2, that's very kind. He got far enough round to have had a race. They might well go back for the Devon National, but I'd be disappointed if this isn't the main target. The Bet365 Gold Cup. He was third last year behind the incredibly well Kitty's Light, and in form and just amazing Kitty's Light, and Maroda. They beat the Goffer, they beat Coolvala, actually beat Revels Hill in the Devon National the time before that. You know, this was strong form, and off a £3 lower mark, Revels Hill is now £3 lower. You would think that you would have to go very, very close here in the Bet365 Gold Cup. Kitty's Light, you know, he was never going to beat that. But, you know, even if they reopposed, you'd think Revels Hill would get a lot closer to Kitty's Light. And yeah, Maroda had done nothing wrong all season. You could see 5 wins of his last 7 for Maroda. So he's been beaten by 2 very good horses and in-form horses. And yeah, I think Revels Hill has to be aimed back at that Bet365 Gold Cup for the Noel Feely partnership. Or Racing Club, it might be even. So they are the 3 over fences. Tron, we'll start with Kbil. Has to go for the plate. Would go really close, surely, but he has been found in the market now. Tron has to go to Cheltenham. Run him in the Ultima Kbil, and I think he'll beat Chianti Classico. Whether that's good enough to win the race, I'm not sure. I actually think it would be, to be honest. I think Tron would win the Ultima. And finally, Revels Hill, back for that Bet365 Gold Cup. I think he would run a very big race off a £3 lower mark.